Well, hello, TikTok English learners. Are you familiar with the English phrase, doesn't cut it? If we say that something doesn't cut it in English, it means that it is not of very good quality, or not very good, or not good enough. Let's think of a good example. Maybe you are someone who bakes cookies and you bake cookies in batches of a dozen. And as you are making cookies throughout the day, your boss comes and samples them. And your boss might say to you, oh, this batch of cookies is really good. This dozen cookies is really good. Or this batch of cookies doesn't cut it. This batch of cookies is not very good. So when you say something doesn't cut it, it means that it is of low quality or not good enough for what you were intending to use it for. Anyways, I'm Bob the Canadian, and you're learning English on TikTok. Have a great day. Well, hello, TikTok English learners. Are you familiar with the English phrase, mind your own business? It's not exactly a kind phrase to say to someone. It's not exactly polite. Usually we say this out of frustration when someone keeps asking us about our lives and we're getting tired of them trying to find out more things about us. We might say to them, please mind your own business. And what we mean by this is, please stop asking me questions. Please stop wondering about what I do on a daily basis. Please mind your own business. Please think about your own life instead of mine. I think we all know someone in life where we would like to say to them, please mind your own business. Anyways, Bob the Canadian here, and you're learning English on TikTok. I hope you are having a great day and have a great weekend. Well, hello, TikTok English learners. Are you familiar with the English word shout out? When you give someone a shout out, it means that you mention them in a video or on the radio or on television. When you give a shout out to someone, you mention their name and maybe you mention something that they've done. For instance, in a video you could say, I just want to give a shout out to my friend Sean, who also teaches English on YouTube on a channel called Free 99 English. If you want, you should look him up. He does a really good job. In fact, he did a great parody of one of my videos as well. So shout out to Sean from Free 99 English on YouTube. And if you didn't know, I'm going to give myself a shout out as well. If you go to YouTube and search Bob the Canadian, you will find a whole lot of English lessons that I made. I think you will enjoy them. Anyways, Bob the Canadian here. You're learning English on TikTok. Well, hello, TikTok English learners. Are you familiar with the English phrase down pat? In English, when we say that we have something down pat, it means that we know it really, really well. A great example of this would be if you are a musician and you are learning a new song. When you first start practicing the song, you're not very good at it. It's hard to play something new on your instrument. But eventually, after practicing for a few days, you will have the song down pat. This means that you know the song well enough that you can play it and it sounds really, really good. So in English, when you say that you have something down pat, it means that you know how to do it really, really well. Anyways, I'm Bob the Canadian, and you're learning English on TikTok. I hope you are having a great day. Well, hello, TikTok English learners. Are you familiar with the English phrase, up in the air? In English, if we say something is up in the air, it means that it might happen, but it hasn't quite been decided yet when or if it will happen. A great example of this would be when you are planning Christmas dinner or another dinner with your family. If you decide to have it on December 22nd, for instance, but you haven't talked to all of your brothers and sisters, you would say that you are thinking December 22nd will work, but the date is still up in the air because one of your brothers or sisters might not be able to make it. So in English, when we say that something is up in the air, we mean that it is undetermined whether it will happen on that date. Anyways, I'm Bob the Canadian, and you're learning just a little bit of English every day on TikTok. Thank you so much for watching. Well, hello, TikTok English learners. Are you familiar with the English phrase, on the other hand? We use this phrase when we're presenting two contrasting descriptions of the same topic. That sounded a little weird, so let me give you an example. If we were to be talking about me, I would describe myself by saying, on one hand, my mind is still really sharp. But on the other hand, my body is starting to show its age. So you could see there the subject, the person we were talking about was me. And I used the phrase, on the other hand, to connect two descriptions about myself. On one hand, my mind still works really well. But on the other hand, my body is starting to show its age. You can see my gray hair. It's even gray in my beard. Anyways, Bob the Canadian here, and you're learning English on TikTok. I hope you're having a great day. Well, hello, TikTok English learners. Are you familiar with the English phrase, out of luck? You might hear this phrase when you go to a store to buy something and you find out they don't have any more of the thing that you wanted to buy. Maybe you are at the local store and you want to buy a nice cold can of Coca-Cola and you notice that they don't have any more. So you go and ask the store owner if they have more, and they might respond by saying, I'm sorry, you're out of luck. So basically this means things aren't going your way anymore. You have run out of luck in your day. But there's actually another phrase that they might say. They could say, you're in luck. I have a few more cans back here behind the counter. So when you're out of luck, it means that things aren't going your way. But when you are in luck, it means things are. Anyways, I'm Bob the Canadian, and you're learning English on TikTok. I hope you have a great weekend.